All right, hello everyone, and welcome in to United States Cup OSU. It is time for our... Why has this happened?
What has happened?
Oh, I know what's happening. Okay. Well, anyway. It is time for United States Cup OSU. I am Dio. I am joined here by Miles for this matchup.
Hello, and today we have got our first matchup at 17 UTC, Arizona versus Michigan. Not really sure what to expect from this matchup, except Arizona came dangerously close to upsetting Massachusetts last week, so I think we're going to favor them in this matchup for having some stronger performances on this type of pool.
Yeah, I think probably this matchup is generally really favored to Arizona. Michigan is much weaker this year than in previous years. I believe no Tapoy, no Thies this year, so losing two of their best players. In fact, to Ohio of all places. So definitely not the previously strong Michigan that we've seen in other years. And definitely not the team that I think you would usually favor in this matchup. You talked about Arizona probably being the favored player. People like M-Law on their team, a couple of other 3 digits in Mac and Hagawabla, and then another solid 4-digit tournament player in Medjiro McQueen. So few solid tournament players for them on their side, or just high-ranking players in general.
Yeah, and you see that those players get to high ranking for a reason. They're usually pretty good at the game, and some of these players you don't really see that often in tournaments. Haven't really seen Mac around much or Hagawabla, but they've been playing pretty well in this USC. Obviously, one of the tournaments that draws out some of the more casual players, and it's great to see them playing well in this tournament. So yeah, last week Arizona notably was missing MLaw. We're gonna hope for their sake that he's here this week, even though they did pretty fine without him. Oh wait, they're playing the funny. This map is so funny.
They are playing the funny, yeah.
Okay, MLaw is here. I'm kind of blind. He's just on Michigan's side.
Yeah, he is just on the wrong team right now. Fun fact, by the way, this map is 10 stars. I suppose that makes sense with the repeat sliders, but it's still kind of funny regardless.
Yeah, it's really funny. I love star rating reworks.
Oh,
Wait,
they team failed.
Fail.
They team failed.
No.
Oh, fun.
Goodbye, warm up.
Yeah, goodbye to that warm up. And good riddance.
Thank God.
Different warm up. This one's a real warm up, I think. I think this is the Bamboo Cup version of Hoshikuzu Struck. There's like 2 customs of this song. There's one from Perennial and one from Bamboo Cup. And the one from Perennial is like all finger control, so nobody plays it. The one from Bamboo is all streams, so it gets a lot of play. I think this is the stream version. I think this is a Kip-Holt map?
Yeah, it is. I haven't played in either of the tournaments with this map, so not really sure what to see in this warm-up, but alas, it is just a warm-up, so...
It's 220 VPM streams. That's all there is.
Yeah.
I feel like Arizona will be better at it because they have higher ranking players who tend to be good at speed. Generally how things go. I want to see actually how well Arizona has done in their previous matchups and what landed them in losers bracket. I know you said they almost upset Massachusetts. Oh yeah, tiebreaker against Massachusetts, so generally strong team. Also tiebreaker against Minnesota in round of 32, funnily enough. So kind of a team that could go either way, I suppose.
I guess they just love the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
And I respect that. It's always a good match. And yeah, it looks like they banned HR1 against Massachusetts. Maybe going to be looking to ban an HR into this Michigan team.
They actually have a couple of really good reading players in Hagawabla and Mejuro McQueen, so we've seen them actually twice in a row pick into low approach rate, both with Road of Death in round of 32 and with Phony in round of 16. I would be surprised if we don't see Ding banned out by Michigan because of that. Although Darkscrap is playing Hidden Easy right now. He's not doing particularly well with it. He's got 65% accuracy, but he is playing it, to his credit.
That is a respect plus. Playing Easy Hidden on a warm-up, maybe trying to scare Arizona out of picking their best skill set by flexing your reading skill on a warm-up. Never seen that strategy be put to good use before, but if Darkscrap can make it effective here, then it's worth it. But that 10k score from him isn't going to do him any help.
Thank you, Relax Nut. Yeah, they also picked, like, Renai Circulation last weekend. I don't know, it's, like, very clearly their best skill set. Hagawabla, in general, has been carrying them on a lot of their own picks. And is actually looking like one of the best players on the team, is still getting really good scores on tons of different types of maps. Didn't go in for Zetai Rado last week, but went out on most other things and got 700k plus for them. So actually a very solid player, and I think the only reason they lost the tiebreaker is because Chili Repair full comboed for Massachusetts. They only won that map by 140,000 for Massachusetts. So the supporting scores on the side of Arizona actually better than the supporting scores for Massachusetts on that map. It just came down to the FC versus a choke from Ordinary and a 2-miss choke from Hagawabla as well. So actually a very strong team. I think we should expect to see them pick into a lot of reading maps, a lot of tech maps, and try to take some breakpoints off of Michigan where they can with some of their stream player lineups.
Yeah, especially this week when they have the law standing in for Team Arizona. Been their best player for probably since Xarius quit, so gonna be obviously looking to him on the non-reading maps to put up strong performances.
I think very obviously, even without MLaw last weekend, they were still able to take Massachusetts to tiebreaker, so this is definitely the team that is favored in this matchup. Michigan has a lot of work to do if they want to actually come out on top. Speaking of Michigan, they did win their losers bracket matchup against Wisconsin last weekend in a 5-1 matchup from last week. You see Dark Scrap in particular at the top of a lot of map leaderboards for them. In fact, 5 top scores for Dark Scrap out of the 5 maps that he played. The only map he did not play was Double Time 3. But he is the player to watch out for. He top scored every single map that he played last weekend, and he played 5 out of 6 maps for them. So absolutely their best player, and I don't think is much of a question about it at this point.
Yeah, he's going to have to be standing up to the strong players on Arizona, though. Going to have to be matching players like Hagawabla and MLaw on their picks, so I think it's probably going to be pretty difficult for him as, I guess, their carry. But going to see what he can do here. It looks like Arizona's going to be taking second ban. Michigan's first ban going to be the Nomad 2, obviously afraid of the law on that map. The law says you go speeding 200 BPM on this Nomad 2 and you are pulled over for a ticket that is $200 charged by Officer MLaw. Alright, I'll leave now.
I was wondering where you were going with it. I was like, all right, he's going, he's still going.
I was shooting, and I missed. Okay, DT3 ban gonna come out from Arizona.
I'm actually surprised that they banned Double Time 3. Like, that's an Arizona map, right? That's a reading player map. It's a 5-digit map code. Double Time 3. Mapped by Larto. It's AR7. I'm pretty sure they could actually pick that and do well on it. I don't know if maybe they know something I don't, or maybe they don't know something that I do, and they have accidentally banned a map that is good for them. But, yeah, from all the MP links that we saw, it's like Arizona's god-tier reading, so I'm surprised at that ban.
Yeah, the map's kind of RNG. Like, there's that one, like, grid alt pattern in the middle that's really easy to miss on, and maybe you're afraid of like a Dark Scrap pop-off FC. So I think it's a fine ban if you're kind of outclassing the other team on almost everything else. And it looks like Michigan's going to go for another tapping ban, banning out Nano Death, the Free Mod 3 speed map.
Yeah, I think those bans are fine for Michigan. I also think they would have been fine banning reading in Ding and Miracle Shopping. But they're just kind of in a tough spot because this is a team in Arizona that is just generally better than them. And this Nomad 4 ban from Arizona I'm also confused at because they have picked Nomad 4 to pretty good success before. Last weekend they won it against Massachusetts, again, without MLaw. So I'm a little surprised to see them banning these 2 maps, Nomad 4 and DT3, when I think they actually could have a pretty good time with them. But maybe they're just picking the only 2 hidden reading maps and then going for, you know, double time 2 and I don't know, other speed maps. I'm slightly confused with the ban strategy from Arizona. But as always, maybe they know something I don't, and they are just going to be completely fine regardless of what they've banned here.
I kind of get this strategy when you're a team like Arizona going into a team like Michigan, because like as we were saying earlier, we think this Arizona team can kind of outclass Michigan across the board here. This is expected to be a very one-sided match, and when you're going into the match with that mindset, you kind of just want to ban 2 maps that you could either get RNG'd on or maps that you don't like. So I think Arizona maybe just with some lower sheet scores on this Nomad 4, very tricky slider map, or the DT3, which has some difficult AR7 DT alt patterns. Maybe just getting rid of some maps you have low scores on because the scores on your other maps are just higher. So, looks like Arizona's going to be going into the free mod 4 pick first, the all-lane map of this BGM from Subahibi. This map has some pretty tricky cut streams, but I think this should be a very good pick with them. Gonna expect to see Hagawabla come in and take a hidden. But if not, Mac, Mlaw, and Mudflap should be a pretty solid roster for Arizona on this map. And here comes Hagawabla. Mudflap actually on Team Michigan. I think I'm doing a little bit of trolling.
Perhaps. Alright, it looks like these are actually the lineups, though. Mac, Mlaw, and Hagwabla in for Arizona. Darkstrap, Mudflap, and Blendra in for Michigan on this. I would expect it to be Hagwabla with a hidden, Mlaw with Hard Rock, and Mac Nomad. We've seen a lot of teams in USC put their best players on Hard Rock, or more specifically put their worst player on a map on Nomad in these early stage free mod picks, and it seemed to be pretty good for a lot of players. I think the general free mod strategy has shifted from, okay, put your best player on Nomad and let them carry and don't care what the other people get, to no, make sure that everybody can get still around 600k or more on a lot of maps in recent years and tournaments. And I think in general the latter strategy is actually pretty good. You generally get a lot more consistently high scores from your team with that strategy. So yeah, gonna be Mlaw on Hard Rock and Mac on Nomad. Gonna be Mudflap and Blendra not loading into the map properly. Hidden Hard Rock for Mudflap, Dark Scrap on the hidden, and Blendra with Nomad.
Ballsy hidden Hard Rock. But yeah, I agree with you about the free mod strategy. I think people will still tend to put their carry players on Nomad in the later stages, but when you're still in the early stages, like maybe up until this stage, you're gonna want all of your players to get really good scores on the maps, because you have to assume your opponents can play the maps too, because they aren't necessarily as difficult as you may expect. But into this map, it looks like Arizona's gonna be jumping out with an early lead, still with their 3 full combos out of the first quarter of the map, while Blendra and Mudflap have... Whoa!
Alright, well, everybody just missed. Literally everybody missed. And Darkstrap was the only one with combo at that point. He actually still has some combo right now, but this is a 200,000 score lead because Michigan has been chain missing the intro. So we'll see if he brings it back. I don't know. The accuracy is not doing them any favors, and yeah, still more breaks coming through for Mudflap as well on the hidden Hard Rock.
Yeah, Darkstrap, he might be able to pull this back if he were to improve his accuracy, but the 93% isn't going to do him any favors, especially as all the players on Arizona have reestablished. And that break from Mudflap, too, it's just going to slow it down. In fact, combo lead, not anymore in favor of Arizona, but that break from Mac, oh, but there goes Darkstrap, and it looks just about over already.
There's still a lot of map left, but yeah, I mostly agree. Arizona has just looked better on this, and I don't expect them to really chain miss the ending or anything like that would give Michigan an inroad back to winning this map. With an over 250k square lead, Arizona is looking pretty good on this. It's not an uber dominant pick, but the scores overall are very low. So 250,000, now 300,000 and climbing is actually a very big fraction of the overall team score for either team here. So it does make that lead a bit more daunting.
Like in the ending of the map, Emla and Hagawabla reestablishing their combos, going to be getting a slightly further than reverse choke. They missed at about the 1/3 mark, but nevertheless, their scores are going to approach 700k into this ending, and Arizona is going to take a very strong first pick.
Solid overall plays from Arizona. Everybody above 500k, 700k for Hagawabla, 670k for Emla. Darkscrap and Blendra, both with pretty respectable scores, but unfortunately Mudflap not really able to do a lot on the hidden hard rock there. And even if he were kind of up to snuff with the 500k, it still would have been the point for Arizona with the just better scores from Hagawabla and Emla.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see that slight skill cap buff from Arizona over Michigan starting to show itself a little bit. Arizona just, I think, slightly better at this level of difficulty. You saw the X from Michigan being very low, down in the low 90s, while Arizona all above 96, I think.
It does also beg a little bit of the question of what do you pick when you are a team that is generally not favored in these types of matchups. You talked about, well, the team that is favored wanting to ban out stuff that they can get RNG'd on, or stuff where they just have overall low team scores. You can't really know what the other team just has low team scores on, aside from their bans, but you do have two bans that kind of point towards reading and tech. I think picking those would be a mistake for Michigan in this matchup, so I think instead they're probably going to look to pick into some maps that might be a little bit RNG, maybe some maps where Hagawabla or Emla or both have to sit out, or maps where the overall team is just really comfortable, things like Nomad 1, things like the Fremod 1 as well. Maybe something like the Hard Rock one if they do want to go for something like that. They're going to go for another flow aimy sort of pick, though. Very similar to what we just played, a lot lower BPM, but still focused on the aim control and the flow aim. It's the alt map in Nomad.
Yeah, I think as similar as I guess it might be with the aim control requirement to the Fremont 3, I think this is, as you mentioned, definitely a lot different with the lower BPM and the snap aim requirement on this definitely being a lot more of the difficult part of this map when compared to the map we just played. And I'm not really sure what to expect from Michigan on this. I think they're going to roll with the same lineup as with Arizona, actually. All 6 players sticking in the lobby as of right now. But I do think that Arizona will put up a very strong performance on this as well. Hagawabla, Emla, and Mac, all 3 very strong players, I think, even to this level of the tournament. Going to be expecting them to play a lot of maps and do well on just as many.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team that's favored. These are 3 players who we just saw on the last map. No surprises to see them stay in for this one again with how similar the maps are. Obviously, there are some differences, right? But generally, the same types of players are going to be good at the same general types of maps like this. I just see 1 sub for Michigan. Relax Nate coming in instead of Blendra for this map. A little surprising given Blendra was the top scorer for Michigan on the previous map. I might have expected to see, for example, Mudflap sub out, but he was on the Hidden Hard Rock, so definitely a lot easier to perform if you are comfortable on Nomad rather than on Hidden Hard Rock.
Yeah, and Blendra was on the Nomad too, so I think that would be a sign for him to stay in if they were planning on picking this first, because, you know, you go in, like, first map of the match, you usually have some nerves, at least I know I do, and when you get a feel for something in a match, you're kind of going to do better on it next time, I think. So having a guy like Blendera sit out on this after he had just played the map with no mod and getting the top score, I think it's a little confusing, but, you know, they know stuff that we don't, so not going to question it too much.
That's a good start for them. Emlaw and Hagawabla both finding early breaks in the intro of this map, so a little bit of a combo lead for Michigan at the start. Hagawabla as well finding some adjustment issues with this. And maybe the change of styles really does matter a lot more for this sort of map. You know, it's not low BPM streams like the previous one. It's a lot of really snappy stuff into these 1/8 triples that you're seeing here, the higher BPM stuff. So very different sort of map, even though it does fall under generally the same category of flow aim control stuff as the Free Mod 4. Relaxing going to find a break during the Ki time, though, and that does give... Oh, that's a lot of combo back to Arizona.
Darkscrap now the only one left, but the trade does come in from Mac and LBR2. Now, Darkscrap going to be able to take control of the lobby with the combo lead over Hagawabla. Going to take the lead back in favor of Michigan. And with that break from Hagawabla, Darkscrap is about to start blasting off here with the score lead now up at around 30k. Especially as Matt continues to break and Relax Nade and Mudflap start to reestablish their combo. It is now a full Michigan sweep in terms of combo lead, which means the lead is going to start blossoming. Oh, but Darkscrap breaks right before the slow section. That is so tragic for Michigan. They still have the combo lead by just a little bit, but it's going to become a little bit stagnant now. What a tragic spot to miss for Darkscrap. Right before one of the freer combo sections of the map, he was going to have about 200 free combo before he gets back to a chorus. But I think as long as Mudflap and Relax Nate keep holding, there's not going to be much to worry about. But the reestablished combos from Arizona is going to start to lower the lead a little bit. But with the break from Mac, but the trades from Relax Nate and Darkscrap, Arizona now with the combo lead.
And that's a big combo lead now for Arizona. Mudflap finding the drop as well, and it's just Emlaw and Hagawabla to hold combo. This lead should go over pretty quickly, but Arizona has had a very slippery grasp on this map so far. It has not looked very comfortable for them at all. To be expected on the other team's pick, everybody drops except for Mudflap, and there's a now 190 combo lead for Michigan, all on Mudflap at the moment, the only player to hit that pattern. Everybody hovering right around 300k or so, just ever so slight lead for Arizona, largely off of Emlaw closing in on the 400k right now.
I think Michigan just needed a little bit more combo. If they had something going into that break, they might have been able to take this back, but the 50k lead from Arizona is going to hold steady, I think. Actually be grown by the end of this map, as Mac, Emlaw, and Hagawabla all combo the last chorus. It is going to be a break point for Arizona here on Michigan's first pick.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pick not working out for Michigan. Mudflap and Darkscrap right above 400k right there with Emlaw and Mac, but unfortunately Relax Nate not able to keep up with Hagawabla by the end of the map. And that's where a lot of the score difference came from. You know, only 20k between Emlaw and Mudflap, about 5k between Darkscrap and Mac, but quite a bit of a difference between Hagawabla and Relax Nate. Unfortunately for Michigan, it's still a win across the board for Arizona with the ever so slight score differences between Emlaw and Mudflap and Mac and Darkscrap. But that is still a break point for Arizona. It is 2-0 for them. This is kind of what we expected to see at the start of the match, was Arizona taking some break points and doing well here, and that's kind of what they're showing us, right? This is the team that took Massachusetts to tiebreaker, and it's not for nothing. They are a very good team. Probably see them win this matchup and even contest the next matchup in losers bracket. They do have 2 matches this weekend in losers to deal with, so definitely think they will probably have a tougher time with their next matchup if they make it through here. But I think the expectation is for them to show up for these few matches.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're going to go with HR3 with their next pick. I was actually a little bit confused about this because, you know, when I was thinking of maps you could get RNG'd on, like, of course, the AIM maps, I was thinking of, obviously, No Mod 1 Kakusei, 3 Mod 1 Kagero Variation, and then this, actually. This, one of the easiest maps to combo in the pool. I think the main difficulty aspect of this coming from the awkward rhythms, going to be seeing a lot of low accuracies on this, but I mean, if they're picking it, they must be very confident on it, and I think Mac and Emlaw should be pretty much poised to get a full combo on this map. Not sure about Hagawabla as a hidden main, but I think he should do fine on this as well.
Yeah, no, this is kind of the map where if you miss, you probably lose because of just how easy it is to combo. Even if you only get 89 AC on this map, which is pretty average, you're still getting 700 to 800k, right? So missing at all is just completely throwing the map when you could mash your way through and combo it instead of trying to play properly and accidentally miss tapping or just miss aiming randomly because you're putting too much effort into tapping properly. This is just one of those maps where you need to, if it's too tough for you to act, just forego the accuracy and mash through the rest of it to keep your aim together. I think that's probably going to be the route for Dark Scrap, not a player generally who, you know, has a super good time of tapping maps in particular. Generally actually does have some pretty solid plays on some speedier maps, so I shouldn't say that. Generally a pretty well-rounded player, but you know, kind of expressing his discontent with the map.
Why every map gotta have like a billion triples? Get this man a true.
It's almost like we play a rhythm game or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. Didn't know. But yeah, looking at these rosters still, as much as I thought this was an RNG map, still gonna favor Arizona on this for the same reasons that we mentioned before the last map, the map before, and in the preview of the match, so.
Yeah.
Gonna be hoping for Michigan to find a way to steal the breakpoint back, though, after losing their first pick. I think this is the type of map where you're gonna really want to take it back. One that's a little bit easier to combo than maybe the rest of the pool. Maybe pray for a unlucky break from someone on the other team. Maybe Emlaw starts to shake, never know. The Pete's been doing a pretty good job at holding it back, unlike myself. Hagawabla finding a break.
Yeah, very early miss for Hagawabla. This is the part that's easy to act. This is the warm-up to the rest of the map, right? But another break comes through for Escavalience 4. Why are there 4 Escavaliences? What? Why?
I haven't seen any of them. Okay.
Yeah, I
Mudflap
only
right
knew
now.
of the original. Okay, whatever. Mudflap also missing. This is now just Mac and Emlaw versus Dark Scrap, and Hagawabla has better combo than either Mudflap or Escalance 4. So, yeah, not looking good for Michigan right now.
Yeah, not at all, especially when your 1FC is down at 91% AC. Hagawabla finding another Blake, but as long as Mac and Emlaw continue to hold, there's really nothing they can do.
Okay, apparently Escavalience 4 used to be player 01. I don't know why he's now renamed to Escavalience 4, but there you have it. This combo lead is not going to be enough, by the way. It's just a win for Arizona. MLaw with the full combo securing the point for them. Again, not a very convincing point, by the way, but it's there. It's a point. It's 3-0.
Good enough. Even with the late break from Mac, it was not enough for Michigan to pull it back, and now they're going to be converting their break point, now up 3-0. Pick goes back to them. We're going to see some speed? Going to see some rating? What do you think?
I think neither for Michigan. I feel like they probably want to pick something simple where they have a very good chance of combo gaming. And I don't think that that's necessarily speed or reading. In fact, I think the opposite. They banned No Mod 2 and Free Mod 3. They're definitely not picking speed. And again, Arizona is like way better at reading than most other teams. They were able to abuse it against multiple opponents. So I don't think they pick something like Ding or Miracle Shopping. I think they probably want to just go for like Hard Rock 1 or No Mod 1 and try to RNG Michigan a bit, or try and RNG Arizona a bit. Would be my strategy in this matchup. They are rapidly running out of time to use that strategy if they so choose, or they could just pick whatever they're comfortable with, which seems to be alti flow aim stuff. Unfortunately for them, it seems like Arizona is slightly more comfortable on it than they are.
Well, hey, if we're talking alti flow aim, you know what the next altiest and next most flow aimiest map is in the pool? Ding.
Actually, it's No Mod 3. It's Super Liminal, or not No Mod 3, Hidden 3. Super Liminal.
That is also true.
Yeah. Oh, it's in 1. All right, they went for a name map.
There it is. Furete Fururu. I don't think I've seen this map played yet this weekend. This map is pretty awkward. Lots of awkward aim, some weirdly shaped triples. It's a Mao map. If you've seen Mao maps, you probably expect to know what this looks like.
I don't know. Mao maps a lot of really different styles. He has like a lot of different mapping styles that he's used, but this one, I don't know. This artist always gets mapped in kind of the same style, where you've got some like bursty alt style patterning, and then you've got really awkward aim. I don't know. Yeah, like I love Unravel, right?
Yep.
It's just Unravel but higher BPM. I don't know.
Every song from this artist is just another remix of Unravel.
Yeah.
Like Medjero McQueen gonna make his first appearance for Arizona, replacing Mac on this map. I think that's expected. The more hidden-oriented player. While Michigan is gonna bring in Blundra, 4-player 0-1. But otherwise gonna be rolling with Darkstrap and Mudflap for this map as well. Oh, and it looks like Ordinary is gonna come in for MLaw here. The Law is going to take to the bench, to the joy of everyone from Michigan.
Unfortunately for them, they get another hidden player in instead, Medjero McQueen, who has been really solid on most of the hidden maps through the tournament for Arizona. Ordinary as well, a pretty good sub for Arizona. I don't think they're going to be too sad about having them sub in for this map.
But if you wanted to use the strategy of trying to bench two of your opponent's best players, and I think that Michigan succeeded on that front, but they're going to have to still convert it. The players who came in for those two players are both very strong on this type of map as well, so going to have to see, honestly, I think an FC on this from Michigan, or at least a very high combo. And I think I'm looking at the player on the top for that. And on the side of Arizona, obviously, Hagawabla and Medjero McQueen, going to be two players with very high potential scores on this.
See, this is just Unravel. Everybody misses on the streams, on the flow aim. Actually, Arizona has full reset already. What? What is happening?
The method. Fortunately for Michigan, their combo lead will no longer be substantial as Darkstrap and Mudflap drop on that little triple part. Blendra now with the highest combo in the lobby, but with the other re-established combos from Arizona, it is not going to equate to a combo lead. With that break from Ordinary, it will.
Basically, all of the combo lead for Michigan right now is on Blendra, so they are praying that he is able to hold at the moment. Mudflap drops, but it's matched by Measure McQueen and Ordinary. That is now a big combo lead for Michigan. And into a slow section of the map as well. Hagawabla, the only combo up against both Darkstrap and Blendra. Blendra, again, with 700 combo, and that is Hagawabla finding the miss. That is going to be a probable break point for, or excuse me, a regular point for Michigan, maybe able to point themselves on the board with this one.
Yeah, Darkstrap and Blendra just absolutely eating up the middle section of this map. 800 combo for Blendra, approaching 600 for Darkstrap. As long as they can hold that for a little bit longer, they're going to take this point, as Arizona has no combo on the board going into the last third of this map. Very good sign for Michigan. Oh, but there goes the break from Blendra. I don't know if there's time for Arizona, even if Darkstrap were to break. I don't think so. With 300k score lead into the last quarter of the map, it's going to require a real breakdown from Michigan in order for Arizona to somehow win this. Ended up being a very strong pick for Michigan, though, into the ending of this, with Blendra and Darkstrap approaching the 600k mark. And Mudflap even establishing a substantial 450 combo at the ending of this map. He's probably going to end up with around 420k by the end of this. It looks like almost a dominating performance. They are up 400k score, and that, I guess, is a statement. Very big win for Michigan on this pick. Look at Darkstrap, way over 700k, almost 800 by the end of it. That is a very good performance.
Yeah, that is a very solid win for Michigan. They could have actually 2v3'd with just Darkstrap and Blendra on that map, and they still would have won. So that is an incredibly good score for them as a team. Really solid stuff from Michigan. They're unfortunately still way behind in the matchup overall, but they do manage to put themselves on the board and avoid giving over a second breakpoint to Arizona. We'll see if they can keep some of that momentum going. It is Arizona's pick next, however, so looking to Arizona to keep up their own momentum, keep winning their own picks, and frankly, if Arizona just wins their own picks from here, they win the match. They don't really need to do too much.
Yeah, obviously, that's the benefit of taking an early breakpoint. You kind of just don't really need to worry about what your opponent picks. As long as you can keep winning your own picks, you will eventually win the match. I guess Michigan vindicated in their decision to bench the Law. Gonna be maybe looking towards some other hidden maps further in the match. Maybe Super Luminal gonna come out of them next. Darkstrap predicting a DT2 pick from Arizona. That wouldn't be a bad decision from them, I think. Or an HD2. I feel like they might prefer the DT2, with players like Mac and Mlaw playing well.
It definitely seems like their mechanics players are playing a little bit better right now, yeah. For Arizona, I think they could probably pick into the double time too and have a solid time of it. There's Mac in the lobby, so potentially see them pick one of those maps. Fremont 3 is banned, so they will not be picking Fremont 3. But they could pick DT2 or Hidden 2. Nomad 5.
Instead picking Nomad 5. Mindless self-indulgence, and your stream has been banned.
Yeah.
I think this is a little bit of a... I didn't expect this pick to come out from Arizona. This map is has a lot of... I think if you were to like try to define RNG as an Osu map, it might just show something like this. The fast sliders in this definitely feel like you're kind of rolling a dice to whether you hit them or not, even if you learn the speed. Very difficult to combo, but maybe what they were thinking was when it came to the last ACK-based map, being Hard Rock 3, they were really able to win on that one. Maybe thinking Michigan might not have the type of skill cap to get high enough accuracies on this to get good scores. And when you don't have ACK and you don't have combo, then your score is very low. Whoa, wait, there's nothing RNG about this map. How about you shut up?
Miles banned for toxicity.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wowie. I love you. Wowie when he sees a slider. Stinky cheese. Looks like Arizona has picked a map that MLaw is not in for, notably. Gonna be seeing Ordinary, Mac, and Haga Wabla out for Arizona. And into this little beginning fader control section, they are doing okay other than the break from Ordinary, as Michigan has full combo reset already, meaning the combos from Mac and Haga Wabla are going to be able to very quickly take control of this match, especially as they get through the first slider, all three of them.
Yeah, that's a big combo lead for Arizona right now. Dark Trap and Ordinary are matching, but Mac and Hogwabla are still holding FCs at the moment, and it's not really what you want to see if you are Michigan. Mac does find the drop, but I don't think it matters too much. I think with the combo they've already built up and with the score lead they already have, as long as one of Ordinary and Hogawabla makes it through these sliders, they should be okay. Although everybody from Michigan also made it through that slider, so this is not as guaranteed as maybe thought it was. Relax Nate and Mudflap have recovered very nicely on this map, and there is 92% ACK for Ordinary on this.
Hey, you know, I was talking about expecting low ACKs from Michigan on this, but their accuracies are actually quite good. Almost 98 from Relax Nate. I think that's 96 from Mudflap, 97 from Darkscrap. Pretty good, and if they can continue to hold here, they're going to eventually take the lead back before the end of this pick. All but Darkscrap finds a break. And it looks like, going into the ending section of the pick, it looks like Michigan is going to be denied the best Ultra Sex. I'm sorry, I had to make it. Low-hanging fruit. Ordinary comboing through the ending. Very strong 750 combo from him. Gonna get 500k on this pick, along with Hagawabla's 630k score. Gonna be bringing Arizona their pick.
Well, one 500k win into another, right? We get another 500k from Arizona this time around. 4-1 for them. Solid point. And yeah, I mean, they actually just completely dominated the ending of that map. It was looking close in the middle, but for Michigan to win that, they would have had to wait on some breaks from Arizona, and it just didn't happen. Arizona looking very, very good near the ending. I think maybe a bit shakier of a start than they would have liked on that sort of map.
Well, that is the type of map that you might need to have a little bit of adjustment going into. Not maybe like going from a 10.3 DT to an AR8 hidden, but like this type of map is just like so unconventional that might get caught off guard early on into the map, even if you do know what it is. Ordinary saying, RNG, that was my third map online. Come on, guys. And he was able to get a very strong combo on that, so props to Ordinary for gaming with no warm-up. Always love to see it. And it looks like Michigan is going to go for the Nomad 1. Looking to perhaps get that aim RNG going against Arizona. And especially after that hidden one, it's going to be a skill set that they're feeling a little more confident on.
This is the best song in the pool, by the way.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I don't disagree with that. Something about DT2 you won't understand unless you read Umineko, even though I don't even think that song is from Umineko.
No one cares about visual novels. Sorry, not sorry.
How about you shut up, Theo?
I'm a 25-year-old man. I am past visual novels. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, Akuse though, this is a very good song. And it's also a little bit different from what you'd see in a typical Nomad 1. Moth aim is definitely different from Skyflame aim. Map has some, I guess, more polygon-centric aim patterns. And it's less flow aimy. Definitely something you're going to have to be a little bit more on your toes for. And there are also some difficult 1/3 patterns that could catch you off guard if you aren't ready for them. But after that, it's a 6.76 star aim map, so shouldn't be too hard on these players reading as long as they have played it at least once.
Yeah, there's a couple of like kind of tricky sections in this map. A lot of really awkward aim for a Nomad 1 in this pick as well, but it's generally not that bad. If you, like you said, if you played it more than once, you should be completely fine on this sort of map.
Arizona rolling with the Law, Ordinary, and Hagawabla up against Dark Scrap, Mudflap, and Blendera for Michigan. The same roster that played the hidden one. Not on both sides. MLaw is going to be replacing, I believe it was Measure McQueen from the hidden one, which I think is going to be a beneficial trade on this type of map for Team Arizona. MLaw, a very strong player on these types of no mod mechanics maps. Dark Scrap gonna find an early break. Don't think that will be too consequential. It is in the first part of the map. Gonna have lots of time to bring the combo back. That is going to give Arizona the early lead. Ordinary finding a break during this little build-up section is going to be more consequential though, and it is going to not actually... okay, no. Everyone just breaks on this build-up section.
Yeah, I was expecting them to break there, where Dark Scrap just found the miss, but I suppose on the build-up works too. Hagawabla, the only FC remaining in the lobby. And yeah, like I said, this map is like deceptively hard. There's a lot of places that are very easy to break on in this. It's very awkward. And generally speaking, if you haven't played it a couple of times, I think you're pretty liable to break on it in just random places. I didn't expect this many people to break, but I guess?
That FC from Hagawabla is going to do a lot of work. Lead now up at around 200,000, 170 right now, but it's going to expand a lot during this slow part.
Bubba missing there? What happened?
Dude, just little lapse in focus. I mean, it happens. We didn't see that Hagawabla, don't worry. Or we didn't see that as long as Arizona still wins this pick. Which at this rate should be fine.
Yeah, we saw the miss from Blender on the 1/3 there into this part of the map. Gonna have another giant square into this part. Nobody misses on that square in those 1/3. Blender finding another miss on some of the horizontal jumps, though. And I think at this point it's pretty well sealed up for Arizona. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Everybody on Michigan missing in that part. Hagawabla and Mlaw, the only two combos remaining. Even if they miss on the overlap reading near the end of the map, they are still going to win the point, and it will not be close. Solid map for Arizona, and they have next pick. Here's the overlap section, by the way. Oh!
Mlaw finding the break near the end, but at the end of the day, it is still going to be a nearly 500k lead for Arizona. And that is going to be way more than enough to take this break point and go up 5-1 in this matchup. Everyone's saying when you see it, I didn't see anything.
I saw nothing.
Yeah, it's like Hagawabla's break. You just pretend it didn't exist.
Yeah. Please pick quickly. That is my ask. I have to cast Corsace in 6 minutes. So, please pick quickly.
Because you said that, they're going to pick Miracle Shopping. But I guess, in your case, we're going to be hoping for a Super Luminal here. Darkscrap begging the opposition to pick Dang, which I don't think would be a bad pick for Arizona. With Hagawabla and Measure the Queen, probably going to be putting up very good scores on that map.
I really think they would be fine with most picks left in the pool at this point. Just any map, por favor. All right, double time 4, Yoasobi, Gunjo. I like that. That works.
Also another map I don't think we've seen yet this weekend. It's a 10.3 alt map, not really very popular for a lot of teams. Finding 3 players in a state that can be called proficient at a skill set like this is pretty rare. I don't think there's a lot of states that just flat out don't have a player that's very good at 10.3 alt. But Arizona going to be confident enough to pick it. As much as I think for their own proficiency, I think for Michigan's weakness, even for players like Darkstrap, I'm not really sure if he's really going to like this 10.3.
All right, here we go. Potentially last map of the match. Arizona hopes it will be. Michigan hoping to stay alive in the tournament a little bit longer, but from a very poor position, down 5-1, it's going to be a tough ask in this match to stay alive at all. 202 BPM, by the way, after DT, so not necessarily alt, but this starts as an alt map, so you're going to get a lot of aim control in this sort of map.
Hagawabla gonna find that early break, gonna be giving Michigan the combo advantage. But with the accuracies, the lead is gonna stay in favor of Arizona for a while. As Mac and Mudflap do trade breaks though, so it's going to be Blundra and Dark Scrap going in against only MLaw. The accuracy from Dark Scrap is going to make that lead swap very slow, but as Hagawabla continues to break, it's just going to continue to go in favor of Michigan as long as they can hold their combos. Even though it is score v2, it is still a combo game, but with that break from Blendra, it is going to start to shift back in favor of Arizona as Mac has reestablished his combo. Especially with a very strong 99% from him, his score is going to be strong, even if this combo is a little bit lackluster. And MLaw's act is just as good.
Hagawabla having a lot of trouble with it, but Blendra is going to finally match one of those misses. Dark Scrap drops, and that is the only combo Michigan really had going for them. Mudflap is still holding on, but you can just see how quickly the score swapped over to Arizona's side instead. And as long as one of MLaw and Mac holds, they are guaranteed to win this map now. Mudflap also dropping no combo at all on Michigan, and I think that is all she wrote for Michigan in United States Cup 6 this year. Arizona going to be knocking them out in losers bracket round 2. GG.
GG well played. Michigan was able to prevent the sweep. They got on the board with that hit and one, but at the end of the day, Arizona is just too strong, and there's not really much you can do about that. When you have players like MLaw and Hagawabla and Mac all playing pretty well, you're going to really need to have some players stepping up to match them on those maps. And they were only really to do that on the hit and one.
Yeah, the only sign of life we saw from Michigan on that hit and one, not going to be enough. It's going to be Arizona to win. GG well played. Congratulations to them. They will move on to the next round of losers bracket, and I will swap into the Corsace voice chat immediately. Congratulations, Arizona, on your win, and good luck in your next matchup. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to Miles for casting. Have a good day. Be back at 19 UTC for the next matchup.